Hi guys, welcome back to Advanced VR Fair. Thanks for joining this video. I'm Ben, and from today, the VR survival horror project Terminus, developed by a French team called CVR, is available on the Oculus store for Rift and Quest. The title was already available on Steam VR and SideQuest, and from today is officially available on the Oculus store. If you had already purchased this game for Steam, know that you can request the key for the Quest version directly to the developers, going to their Discord channel that you find the link in the description, but of course you have to be able to give a proof of the purchase. In this game, apocalypse, survival and horror are mixed to make you wander around in a subway or in the sewer or in other environment in Paris, a city that has been besieged by the assimilates or zombies and by strange roaming electrical swarms. After a short trip on the subway, during which you already witness with apocalypse scenarios, you finally arrive to a train station, and from that moment you are completely alone, trying to survive and find a way out. The first part is a kind of tutorial to learn the basic movements, but the game wastes no time throwing you immediately into a dark and creepy environment with sounds coming from all over around that will make you shiver on every step, forcing you to constantly watch your back. Graphics is certainly not the strong point, at least for the Quest version, since the PC version is obviously much more detailed. The models in the Quest version have a reduced number of polygons, appearing very angular. The textures are of low quality, but CVR claims to be already working on an upcoming update with which they will also improve the graphic aspect of the Quest version, which should not be particularly difficult and demanding, also from the point of view of performance, since this game is 90% in total darkness. To move into the dark environment of Project Terminus, you have a flashlight that you will still need to use sparingly, because the battery is not eternal and finding a new one to replace the discharge is not a sure thing. Regarding this, I found very stressing in some parts, having to run around for several minutes in total darkness in the hope of glimpsing something, a point or reference, a distant light maybe, to understand where to go. This aspect is highly realistic, and I do not consider it as a completely negative point, because in reality, if the battery of your flashlight runs out while you are into the tunnel, you really experience a similar situation. But it is also true that human eye is also capable to adapt into the darkness, and it will be great if in this game, after a few seconds in the dark, you start peering at something, as if your vision is actually getting used to it. Inventory management is not the best I ever seen in VR, and needs to be corrected. As in most of the games of the genre, the inventory is a backpack on your shoulders, but the capacity is minimal. 5 objects plus 3 slots where you can attach weapons, 2 on the sides and 1 on the back. The biggest problem is that you don't have a belt where which you can attach weapons or items. And this must be implemented, because at the moment, handling weapons, the flashlights and other items is a really annoying experience. For example, when you need to recharge the flashlight, you have to take out the old battery, drop the flashlight, take the backpack, take the battery, retrieve the flashlight from the ground and insert the new battery. Or, if you are walking with the flashlight in your hand and suddenly you need to take the weapon from the backpack, you have to drop the flashlight, take the backpack, take the weapon and take the flashlight back from the ground. All this while one or more monsters is coming towards you. It would have been really nice to have quick slots in which to store items and weapons, for example, attached to your belt or your chest, such an holster for the hammers or axes or other sidearms, or the ability to stow the weapon behind your back without having to take the backpack every time. The gameplay is not immediate. You have a phone where you can record notes or other kind of events, and in the first part you proceed well because it's pretty linear. Problems start to come when you meet a guy that follows you on the radio, from whom you receive objects and suggestions. If you lose parts of a dialogue, and especially the moment where he's giving you the next object, you don't know what to do, because there is not a section, neither on the phone or in a diary, where you can say informations about your next target. So sometimes I had to spin around randomly in hope to find the point of interest. Anyway, despite all these easy fixable little problems, Project Terminus is capable to awake your taste for horror. Just like when you pass, for example, in front of a crime scene and you still want to look. I mean, you know it's terrifying, but you cannot look away. And this aspect pushed me to keep playing this game. And the more I played, the more it makes sense. Getting lost in the dark corridors, wandering through the sewers, almost without no goal, feeling constantly haunted and helpless. This is the goal that Project Terminus want to achieve. To make you feel as if today is your last day. To make you feel fear. To make you feel as if you have no chance to escape. And for these reasons, it's worth playing this game, even if it still needs a lot of work. There are two modes you can play, and are the campaign mode, in which you can play single player or cooperative multiplayer up to 4 players, and the arcade mode that you will unlock proceeding into the campaign. That puts you into some challenges based on hordes of enemies. You can also create custom maps to play, for example, with your friends, for a virtually infinite longevity. The mechanics and the interaction with the surrounding world are points to be reviewed. The climbing often stumble in precision, as well as the opening doors and other objects with which often happen to interpenetrate. And, by the way, these are all aspects on which the developers have already expressed their commitment, because Project Terminus can be a precious stone yet to be scrapped, and be a valid alter ego of the already known Phasmophobia, from which Project Terminus seems to take inspiration. It takes a few hours to complete Project Terminus, but the word Act 1 in the title suggests that the developers intend to make other chapters, perhaps in other cities of a world that has now fallen into ruin, and only your survival skill will be able to help you in the middle of the apocalypse.